Welcome to Vintage Road and Rail. I would like to thank you for joining me for the first episode of A Look Back. This is going to be an ongoing series of YouTube videos that will be looking at vintage train sets that were released mostly before the year 2000. They could be anything from an old Tyco set that you might have found under your Christmas tree in 1975 to a bit more recent train set that you might have bought before the turn of the century. So for this video, we're going to take a look at something that's a little bit unique in the sense that this one is a non-powered train set. And the reason I'm starting with this one is because of convenience. I just got it in the mail the day before recording this video, and so it's sitting on my desk and quickly available. And also it's very unique in the sense that it's a promotional train set. It was manufactured by Atlas for Shell Oil, and it was released around Christmas time in 1995, and it was a promotional set that you could pick up in any of the Shell gas stations. It is HO scale, but it's non-powered, as I had mentioned, so it's really meant, I guess, more for display purposes, but if you really wanted to, you could put it on some track. You just have to, push it around the track manually. It's interesting the way I stumbled across this. I was in Amish country in Ohio. So if you're in Ohio, you'd know that's the Berlin area. And they have a really nice antique shop there. It's really huge. It's 3 levels. The basement part has furniture, and then there's a first and second floor, and you can really walk yourself to death in there. And right in the front door, they had a display case. And they had this yellow Shell tank car, and a guy was buying it right as I was standing there, and I got a closer look at it and thought it was pretty interesting. And after he walked away, I looked a little closer and saw a Caboose with the little Shell symbol on it. So that made me wonder as to what that is. And so I looked it up, and sure enough, on eBay I was able to find that there was a promotional set. So we're going to take a look at that here in just a few moments. So I'll tell you what, stick with me for just a moment. I'm going to switch over to the table and we can take a quick look at this promotional set. Catch you in a minute. Stay tuned. Okay, so we've moved over to the table. So let's take a look and see what comes with this promotional set. So this is what you would have got at a Shell gas station. Now, when I picked up this set off of eBay, which I'll post the link in the description because the seller had, I believe, at least 10 more of these. But when it came in, it came just like this. So I do not know if this was a set that you purchased all 4 pieces, or if it was picked up individually. So if it was purchased all 4 pieces, did it come in a box? Or if it was individually, is it one of these things they were just all in like a bin and you pick up the pieces you needed, and I have no idea how much they cost. This set here with free shipping was only $12, so I got the feeling it probably wasn't all that expensive. So let's get these open. As you can see, they're all still sealed in their plastic. So let's open these up and see what they look like, and then we'll put them on some track and go from there. So let's get my scissors out, my trusty scissors, and if they look funky, these are used for cutting Ethernet cable. So let's set these 3 off to the side, and we'll just start from the back of the train and go forward with the Caboose. So let me pull this away from the camera so I can see to cut the plastic. Alright, so let's see what comes in here. So we get this little card that's got a choking hazard warning, and on the other side it tells a little bit about the Caboose. So I'll just leave that there for a second. If you want to read it, feel free to hit pause. And then it comes with a little promotional order form. I kind of doubt this is still good, but as I'd said at the introduction, this is made by Atlas, the company that makes track and engines and so forth. So you could get some track to use for display, and you could get this little rail station, and then I guess also a holiday track pack set. So I guess this is a full circle, and then we can see the pricing here, and if you flip it over you can see the order form. So let's set that off to the side, and here is the Caboose, and it's actually die cast, and it's got the Shell logo on there. There's the roof of it. There's the sides. It doesn't have any handrails, and it has just a standard little peg for a coupler. Looks like a little indentation here and a little peg there. And here's the trucks, all plastic. And I'm going to take this out of the camera so I can read what's on the back or the bottom here. Made in China. Okay. Alright, so that's the Caboose. So let's set that off to the side. And now let's open up the tank car. Get my scissors back out. I prefer to use another pair of scissors, but I couldn't find them. These tend to hang up on your fingers. Alright, so we got the car out. Apologize, taking a little longer than I planned. Alright, so you get the same promotional item here, so no need to look at that again. And you get this choking hazard card, but on this side it talks about the tanker, so I'll leave that there for a second. Go ahead and give it a pause and take a read. Excuse me. And here's the tank car, and it's also die cast, but it's plastic on the bottom. So let's take that and set it off to the side. Now we're going to take a look at the tender. Alright, so it comes with a promotional card again, just like the other sets. So we'll just set that back off to the side. And we got our warning label. And on the other side it says the coal car. I'll move it a little forward so you can read it. Excuse me again. Alright, so here's our tender or coal car, and it says Shell on it. And you can see it's got a load of coal here. And there's our plastic trucks. Pretty nice looking. So let's set that off to the side. And finally, let's get to the last piece, the steam engine. Alright, so again, promotional piece. We'll just set that off to the side. And again, choking hazard warning. But on the other side, we've got the steam locomotive, and it gives you a little extra information there. So again, feel free to pause and take a look at that. I'll read it myself later. Alright, and here is the steam engine, and it says Shell, and the wheels roll. And there's the top of it. It's got a little bell, a little smokestack, and a decent amount of detail. There's that side. There's the bottom. And
we're going to find out here in a minute if this will actually fit on HO scale track. Alright, so let's set that off to the side, and I'm going to pause this video and set this on the track, and then we'll take a quick look. Okay, I'm back, and I took my camera off of the tripod so it was a little bit easier to move it around. And here you can see there's our steam locomotive, our coal car or tender, our tank car, and our caboose. I think it's looking pretty good on the set, and it does fit on some standard HO scale track. This is just a plain old Bachmann nickel silver track, so fits on there no problem. It was a little bit of a pain in the butt to get the cars on the track using the re-railer because they would spin completely around, but it just pulls along like so. I think it looks pretty good. A nice looking little set. So if you remember looking at the description, I had said that it was this set with extras. So what the extra is I just thought a train with one car looked kind of stupid. So I had contacted the seller again after getting it, and he actually had extra cars. Now I don't know if he broke up sets to accommodate me on these, but he sold them to me for $10 so that I could display a little bit better, a little bit longer train, not about better, but a little bit longer train. So I'm going to stop this video again, and I'm going to open these up and put them on the track. So I'll be right back. Okay, I am back again. So we have got our 3 extra tank cars put on here. You can see now it has a total of 4 cars with the caboose. Definitely looking a lot better. Get this from the side here. I will tell you that it was a bit of a pain to get this thing on the track. It is HO scale, but the measurements may be off just a tad, so it's a little bit loose on the tracks. And it would definitely roll better with metal wheels. Right now, you just grab a hold of it and kind of pull, and you can definitely feel the drag when you pull that. But really, it's meant for display or for just a child to play with, I would imagine, so I don't think they were putting too much thought into how it rolled on the track. But I think it looks pretty good. Alright, so we'll end the video here. I would like to thank you for joining me on the first episode of A Look Back. Make sure and hit that like button if you enjoyed it, and hit subscribe and the notification bell if you want to see more of these train set videos coming up soon. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.